All right, listen, we got Ricky Gervais in studio, but Ricky, before you talk, we were told we have to give you an intro.
Who by? This is
One of your people.
No, one of my people.
No,
I haven't got any people.
You got
so
people.
I know you're lying.
You got people. They said you have to introduce Ricky Gervais in a certain way, so we're going to do that for you, sir.
I think there was something that had to be read.
Yes.
A certain thing that needed to be read, which we have here in red.
Yes.
What?
That's what they said we have to introduce you as. So Ricky wants to be introduced this way.
Yes.
So this is how we
but
came
we
up.
figured, why
just read it when we could do it proper?
I don't believe any of this.
I swear to God.
Go on then.
He is the creator of The Office and Extras. He's just wrapped up the lead in the new Muppets movie.
It's all true so far.
And his award-winning show Derek comes exclusively to Netflix this summer. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show, Ricky Gervais.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That is a good intro.
I want that on everything I do.
It should be.
I just hand that to Letterman. That's perfect.
And you're the first one. We've never done that before.
Thank you very much,
Well,
guys. Cheers.
We almost did it for Louis C.K. once. Almost, but no. You're the first.
Well, of course, we didn't do it for Tom Sizemore.
No.
Now, what did I miss?
Oh, wow.
Well, we have to talk about it.
Yeah, of course.
Ricky, do you know Tom Sizemore?
Yeah, sort of.
Natural Born Killers.
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan.
I don't know him personally, but yeah, I know of him, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
He, it was a little weird. I mean, he's promoting his book, and Jimmy was his best friend in this room because Jimmy read 85% of the book.
Yes.
I've read a couple stories. I know it's a great book and all that, but Jimmy was all in and excited and
this
was more
worries
than
me as
willing
well,
to promote
because
and help him out.
Jimmy's not only sort of lost weight and he's sort of cleaned up his act, he's sort of quite sensible and everything. I think he's become a Buddhist because
It's creepy, right?
You say he was insulted, but he didn't jump in, he didn't say anything back. This is worrying me. What's happened?
I commented to him, but I didn't want to be. He didn't do anything that deserved me to be an overly confrontational asshole. So I didn't want to overblow what was just an irritating moment for me. I was like, all right, fuck.
Yeah,
him.
you were irritated.
But I do like him, and honestly, the book is great. I can't shit on the book because I loved what he wrote. I like a douche, a whole bunch of questions.
This is the Jimmy I want. This is the Jimmy I want. This is it. Well done. Wow.
A full page of questions. You're right.
Yeah, I'd worry he was going to AA or something. The way
But Sizemore was a little wordy, and he was wandering around a little bit. So Jimmy was kind of just trying to help him to a spot, and Tom thought he was interrupting him.
Here's what he was talking about De Niro, and there's a big thing in the book where De Niro helps and you know, because De Niro is this mythical figure to all of us. I know you love him. And De Niro took part in an intervention for Tom Sizemore. Like, he cared about him and got into this intervention, which was a really nice thing to hear about one of his idols. So he's talking about how he was nice. He got to work with De Niro. And I just threw it. I'm like, and the intervention, like, just hoping that he would kind of go in that direction.
And he said, shut up, you fucking asshole, Jim.
Yes, but not quite that honestly. He said, he goes, well, don't interrupt me. He goes, let me finish. Don't Howard me. Howard interrupts me. And I was like, okay, that's it for me. I'm finished.
Wow.
And he knew I was irritated. And I said, yeah, I'm irritated.
Oh, he knew you were irritated.
Yeah. You're irritated.
This is how you know I was irritated. I love Tom Sizemore, and I didn't ask him to sign my photo together.
Wow.
That's how you know I was irritated.
You have no idea, Ricky. He has to have everything signed.
Do you not want to look at it?
No, it's just, in happier days.
Rip it up.
I'm just going to hold it up. Jimmy can remember.
Oh, wow. Can we put Tom Sizemore's face on Ricky Gervais? That could be fun.
I know.
You can relive this.
Ricky's been consistently great. Just one of my favorite guests and people.
I didn't think Ricky was going to come back. I was explaining outside the studio. Last time you were here, me and Aunt just bailed on you. Yeah. We just left, but we really had to go. And I was thinking I
quite like the casual nature of this show. I have to check that we're on air when I walk in.
You did, yes.
People swearing and...
Yeah, we don't really pay much attention to the show.
We really had to go that day, and I'm like, he's never coming back.
Storm, I think you had some trouble with your house or something.
Yeah.
Was that just a lie?
I stayed till like 10:30, I think, or something.
Oh, yeah, after
Opie jumped right out.
I had to pick up my kid, and I'm like, he's not coming back. We can't insult him like this. But it does happen.
How did you and Juliette Lewis hook up? I'm just asking questions that I had for Tom.
It's all typed out. All nice.
Was I ready to go? This is gonna be a home run, guys.
Hold on. Can I do this? Because I noticed this was going on. I'll be Tom Sizemore. You ask the questions you would have asked Tom. Go ahead. Give me one.
So I didn't realize you almost got Buscemi's part in Reservoir Dogs.
I never almost got that.
I didn't think you did. Sorry, why would I mention that? I'm such an asshole.
He got that part.
You said in your book that Edie Falco was a better fuck when she was drunk. Is that true?
I never said that.
I didn't mean to paraphrase that. Why would I have made that up?
I would never say that about somebody.
Yeah, I know. Why
know.
prepped?
This is I don't want this to be like a lesson learned that he goes straight back to living in a bin and drinking meth. I don't want him to have been hurt by this experience.
Well, ask for the Ricky Gervais page. Where's Ricky's question?
Ricky, I don't have any questions because Ricky is such a fun guy to chat with. All I wanted to do is talk about how fucking I love the return of David Brent.
Yes.
And the music video.
Oh, that was fun. That was
It was
music
marvelous.
video. Yeah. Oh, cheers, man. Yeah.
What a wonderful music video that
Absolutely.
was. Equality Street.
Equality Street. David Brent trying to change the world one street at a time. Just trying to end racism and homophobia in a reggae song.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Really, the fuck with the button suit jacket. Oh. It's cringeworthy.
Oh, it's so much fun playing it because you can't be wrong. You just do anything and it's good.
Right,
it's
right.
meant to be bad. So,
Why do you think people are so attached to that character?
Because everyone either sees themselves in it and goes, oh, it's not so bad, other people like me, or they're laughing at him going, oh, thank God I'm not like that.
That guy,
So,
yeah.
But we're all a bit like David Brent, aren't we?
Oh, absolutely,
It's tapped in, particularly men, men as boys, we never grow up. We all want respect. We always worry what people think of us. So, yeah, I think we're all a little bit, insecure.
Yeah.
So I think that's why. And he's funny as well. He's a funny. I never thought of him as a bad person or a bad boss. I'd love him as a boss. You could
be the greatest boss.
It'd be great. You get around him. You could do anything you wanted.
Right.
As long as you said, David, you're great at squash, aren't you? We should have a game. You go, yep. He'd turn up with his squash kit. You know what I mean? You'd have an hour off work.
Just give him a little boost about
exactly.
what he.
I used to do that with teachers at school.
Funny. Oh God.
A teacher would go, sir, what motorbike have you got? He'd go with Honda, and you'd have a whole conversation.
Sure.
About
yeah.
Because he found his passion, so you'd get away with doing work. So I think guys like that are quite transparent.
Yeah.
They just want to be one of the gang.
Yeah.
They just want they want to hang out with you. They want to be your mate.
But what makes it such a masterpiece is the fact that it's not forced awkwardness. There's a lot of phony, forced awkwardness now on TV, and it's just crap. But when you did David, you would take it to the uncomfortable moment, and then when everybody was like, "Whew," you wouldn't let them off the hook. You'd wait the extra beat. And we're like, "Oh God, that hurt."
It's because David Brent was trying to entertain you. He wasn't a nasty person, so he was trying to. He wanted to show the world what he had to offer. So he's sort of a nice guy deep down. Right. And also with the music video, it's not that they're comedy songs. It's a middle-aged man shouldn't be doing them.
No,
they're not terrible. They're not bad.
No,
it's just inappropriate. He shouldn't be doing it in the office. Even if he was as good as Bruce Springsteen, he shouldn't be doing Bruce Springsteen.
No.
He should be doing his accounts.
But he also in a music video, when someone says equality, he shouldn't be pointing at himself and the other guy. Like it's just such an obvious thing.
Yeah, exactly. He can't in the thing. He can't believe he's got a black friend. He introduced him. He said, "This is Dom, my black friend." And Dom goes, "Just friend, just friend." He's never got over difference. He's never got really. He's that guy who thinks that if he talks about equality and all that, he is it, but he's never really got over, the one black guy in the office,
right,
the girl in the wheelchair, any sort of difference, So yeah, that's it. I'm glad you like that.
Wow,
I
absolutely love the
absolutely
character.
love it.
Yeah,
but I also love the other stuff you do. I mean, like you really have this amazing way of being, kind of just bringing whoever you are into every movie you do, and that sounds easy to do, but it's not easy to do.
See, you could look at that as he's the least versatile actor in the world. No, I agree with you. Why not yourself? Why, if you put on wigs and funny teeth, you're in makeup for 2 hours. I learnt that. So no, I always do this hair, this face, this voice. They're lucky if I learn the lines. One of the first things I ever learnt with filming was that if you're sitting down and there's a bell goes. And you get up to answer the door with all the different angles. That's a day's work of getting up and down.
Yeah.
So now I change that line to come in, and then then I can stay seated. And then I'm sitting down for a whole day. The first thing I look at is things like how long's the makeup? What's the?
That's funny.
Is there any running? I think you'd be sitting down in this scene. There's a reason why David Brent was always sat behind his desk.
Made your day a lot easier.
Exactly.
And he's the lead in the new Muppet movie, but I think we got about a year before that actually
March
comes
of
out.
2014.
And I was telling
that was great fun.
Yeah, the first one was great with Jason Segel, and I've seen it probably 200 times because I got a kid. And I think I'm going to see you in my fucking dreams and nightmares.
Well,
eventually.
I watch Muppet Christmas Carol every year, probably twice a year around Christmas, and I haven't got a kid. So I love that movie. I've been a fan for.
Who are you playing
years.
in the new movie?
I'm the villain.
Nice.
That's all I can say. I'm a villain, and I have an accomplice who's an evil frog, and we take down the Muppets. It's a bit of a heist, so we have to infiltrate the Muppets.
An evil frog.
Yeah, an evil frog. I'm talking about it like it's like Usual Suspects or something.
You just changed a little bit.
Maybe I'm taking it too seriously. Honestly, it was great fun, and I discovered that the puppeteers are amazing. They're always on. You know, they're actors and comedians themselves, and when that puppet goes on, it's you don't see the human. That puppet brings it to life, and sometimes I'm chatting to the puppet character, and I forget, and you see sort of extras sort of looking out the corner of their eye, thinking, this is weird. He is talking to a frog or a pig.
It's amazing.
It's a great film as well. It really is. I think people think that it's like a knockabout TV project, but it was a $200 million movie that last.
Oh no, it's going to be huge.
It's huge.
The franchise is back,
and the production values are amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
They built the Tower of London. It was unbelievable. It's going to be great.
Was it CGI as well as
everything. Yeah, I mean they've got that's what takes the time. You know, they take out all the sort of like the rods and the stuff.
Right.
There's lots of teams of people dressed in blue making these puppets come to life sometimes. But it's amazing, yeah. And I had to sing and dance.
Right.
Oh wow.
I'm an all right singer. Dancing,
not so much.
Awkward.
Really?
I think you can see how uncomfortable I am in some shots. But luckily I was meant to be uncomfortable.
I think you dance well. You've mixed a little bit of flash dance with some MC Hammer shit.
That's right. Yes. That's right. Yeah.
Bite that lower lip.
That's all I have to do. Overbite. I've still got the moves. Yeah.
Now you filmed the movie already. Now you got to wait a year. Is that frustrating at all?
No.
Being a creative person, don't you want people?
No, because it's sort of not my. Are you interrupting me?
Yeah, I know. I was.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna take it differently than Jimmy. Yeah, I was. Awkward.
No, I think you just sort of like. I'm very excited about it, but you sort of put it out of your mind because there's now a team of 50 people take over.
Right.
You know, and as much as I loved it, and it was they say it was designed for me. You never know. But it was very me. I read it and I thought, oh my god, this was written for me. And they said, yeah, it was. Well, I don't know, but that's very nice of them to say so. It's not my baby. You know, I'm not like the other stuff I've done.
Right.
You know, it's like I have it a year before we film it and a year after, and you know, so I feel that this is one of the first times. It's the biggest movie that I've been a lead in that wasn't my baby, if you know what I mean.
Gotcha.
So I've just got to sort of let it go and hope it's great. And I don't know why it wouldn't be. Every day was funny.
Yeah.
You know, the script was funny. I've never grown out of talking frogs and prawns. I've never grown out of that. I never will. I never will. I don't know what age I have to be where a Spanish prawn isn't funny talking. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Awesome.
But it's weird to give up the control, right? Because if it's your project and you have a hand in it, you certainly have a certain say over it. But once it's somebody else's work, once you do it, you just have to trust it.
You're like, oh, I hope they don't fuck it up.
But I do that so. You know, things I do like that are so few and far between. But that's nice as well. It's nice to walk away. You know, I think you have to be 100% involved or not at all. I think it's that middle ground that stitches you up.
Right.
Where you have to, you know, have your credit and it wasn't you, or you know, or vice versa. So I quite like this. Once it's a great team and you can trust them, and they've got a proven record. The last one was great.
Oh, hell yeah, yeah.
You know, so yeah, and I was very flattered to be. I'm always flattered that someone wants to work with me. I can't believe it. You know, me? What? They're leading them in a Muppet movie? I thought, you know, so yeah, it was great.
You're very active on Twitter too. I enjoy you on Twitter because it's nice to see such a large celebrity who isn't afraid of being confrontational or stating opinions. Or it's just nice to see because so many guys back away from stating a real opinion, and you seem to really enjoy it.
Well, I do. I mean, I've never grown out of that. You know, you sometimes want to be above it, and you say, "Oh, let it go. It's an idiot," and then you think, you know what? Let's see what happens when I answer that. Let's see what happens when I go, what? You know. But I did it, you know, partly as an experiment. Like, you know, everything you do is a bit of an experiment. You know, you do the podcast, you never know whether they're going to work or anything. And a marketing tool. You know, you want to get up. It's part of the media,
sure.
really. You know, 4.5 million followers is bigger than some newspapers. So you want to go, you know, buy this or no, I didn't say that. You want to sort of, you know, have your own story. But then I realised how much fun it was and how many lunatics were on there.
Yeah.
Right.
Crazy people that are fun. And also, you know, I follow philosophers and neuroscientists and they're great as well. But I do like some of the people, they don't know what they're saying. You know, someone sent me, I think I told you this last time, that everyone is entitled to their own opinion, so shut up about your atheism. And I just don't see.
Don't you see that when as a joke, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
But as a serious comment, it's tragic.
There was one guy on there about Jesus, and I said something about Jesus being Jewish and that. Some creationist said Jesus was not Jewish, he was Christian. Was he? He was Christian, was he? He called himself, hey Jesus.
Named after himself. That's like Lou Gehrig's disease and getting Lou Gehrig's disease.
Exactly, yeah. No, it's fun. It is fun to see. To just put it out there and agitate. So yeah.
Did anybody retweet your what was it, 10,000 pounds you were offering? If
that
nobody
was unbelievable.
Retweeted.
Again, I'm just bored. You know, I do a lot of driving from place to place, and you're never alone with Twitter. As you go on there, you think, what's going on? You know.
True.
And I said, someone had said, could you tweet something so offensive that no one retweeted it? And I said, no, impossible, right? Just like I couldn't tweet anything that no one found offensive.
Right.
You know, and so I thought, and I said, if no one retweets this, I will give £10,000 to charity. 500 retweets, I mean. Because they want to get it out there that this is an interest. I go, right, you don't understand. Let's try again. People are going, those fucking idiots, they're idiots, right? And so one person said, all your followers are idiots. Well, if that's true. And then I said, okay, let's try again. If no one retweets this or comments on it or replies, right, I don't know, 15,000. 500 retweets. Okay, one last chance. Yeah. So
it is an amazing social experiment.
It's an amazing social experiment, and as a a sort of observational comic, which I am vaguely, you know, I'd have to go to institutions to meet people like that.
Maybe they knew what they were doing and they just hate charity. They're like, we don't want this money being given to charity.
Well, I think some people can't resist. You know, there's too much. People want to blurb everything out there these days.
Yes.
It's the equivalent of graffiti. You know? Twitter is being able to look at every toilet wall in the world. And write something on it if you want. I mean, that's amazing. And delete it if you want. You know, it's graffiti for everyone.
I was saying, as a kid growing up, the equivalent of Twitter was the school desk, because in like third period or fourth period, you'd sit there and be like, whoever sits here during fourth period sucks dick. Yeah. And then the next day be like, fuck you, asshole, I'm going to kick your ass. You couldn't kick. And you carry on a dialogue day to day to day with somebody on your desk. Now it's instant, but you know what? The content hasn't changed.
No, of course it hasn't.
Fuck you, asshole.
But it's exactly the same as cavemen blowing woad on their handprint.
Right.
I was here, and that's what fame is. That's
I'm
what
here.
people think fame is.
Look
like
at me.
I was here.
Right.
Well, you're here anyway. You don't need to prove this to anyone. You are here.
Yeah.
But it's just an extension of that. The Andy Warhol thing. That
Yes.
on Twitter, everyone can be famous for photos.
And if somebody like is the first to retweet you with whatever you tweeted, even if it's $15,000 or pounds to a charity, they want to be like, oh look, I retweeted it first.
And the Holy Grail is getting retweeted by someone with a lot of followers.
If you retweet someone,
and now people don't care. It's like they don't care whether they're famous. There's no difference between fame and infamy now. So someone can say something really nasty and makes it look stupid, and I can retweet it, and everyone can go, "You idiot! You fucking idiot!" They retweet it going, I just got retweeted by Ricky Gervais. Yeah, but he made you look an idiot in front of the world. Why is that? Why are you happy with that? Why is fame better than dignity? I don't understand.
They rarely go hand in hand, by the way.
It's like this easy, really?
Yeah. It's a high five from somebody famous.
It's acknowledgement.
It's a high five from somebody who you admire.
It's a punch in the face.
Right.
It's a
Yes.
snub.
Yes.
But you didn't like it when someone famous told you. You didn't go, wow, I was insulted by someone I really like.
No, I didn't care for it at all.
Oh, the look on Jimmy's face. Wow, I wish I had that on camera.
He was out of it right then and there. It was like,
I started getting excited. I'm like, this is gonna be Jesse Ventura all over again.
Would I have liked it or would I have felt awkward?
I think you would have
You
felt
like
awkward.
you like car crashes?
One more,
Seen
more altercation between them, and it would have gotten very bad. But it was right at the precipice where it was
could've went
still
either
okay.
way.
Jimmy was annoyed. Sizemore knew he was annoyed. So if he would have done something to Jimmy again,
forget it.
To annoy Jim would have like.
There's no way you would have controlled
But
yourself.
no way. I'll tell you this, even though I was irritated, the book is great, and I'm not going to shit on the product because I meant what I said, how good it was.
Yeah.
And I still think he's a genius actor. I mean, there's a price to pay.
Is integrity.
But I really mean that.
Are you sure you're not a Buddhist?
I know, I'm just angrily ripping the book up and crying while we talk. But it was.
You showed self-control.
Because it was.
You were ready to go.
It would have been unreasonable to be overly rude because, again, he just said something in a moment, and whatever. That was his right. He didn't want to answer certain questions, and that was his right. I don't have to like it, but I can't be dishonest.
And I did see you starting to get annoyed even before that with his lack of candor.
Well, yeah.
I think it's more from what I wasn't here. I think it was the injustice of it that you were actually trying to help him and you were such a fan.
Yes.
It's like. I remember once my sister, when I was a kid, that the cat caught a mouse, and she stopped. She got the cat and she saved the mouse. She took the mouse out, and the mouse bit her, and she went, "You little fucker."
Threw it.
This mouse had just been saved.
I bring it up all the time because there's so many examples of it. But the frog and the scorpion, where the scorpion jumps on the frog's back, and why'd you do that? You're killing us both. It's like, I'm a scorpion.
Well, how would that have worked out? You knew I was Tom when you plugged my book.
Yes. You should have known.
I was just trying to help the guy. I wasn't punching him in the dick. But it was like, it's really weird.
That's not bad, actually, because that's 40 minutes before you brought up your dick.
It really is.
He has changed.
I know, I'm getting to be. I am a little Buddhist, maybe. Ricky's right. I'm wearing lighter colors now. I'm feeling better.
It is strange to see you
philosophical.
in blues. You've never worn blue before.
Not light blue, no.
Hey, getting back to the idiots on Twitter.
When blue and Jimmy is in the same sentence, it's usually
exactly
different spelling.
It's usually a verb.
When you said the idiots on Twitter, we got to mention Justin Bieber before we move on with that whole Anne Frank thing.
That was amazing, wasn't it?
Unbelievable.
I couldn't believe my luck. Yeah. So he went to Anne Frank's house. And be fair, he's a young kid.
Right.
And, he went to Anne Frank's house and apparently he spent an hour looking around and he was fascinated, and that's great, okay? And also he had to sign the guest book.
Yeah.
Now, you know what? That's pressure. I get it from autograph hunters, and they say, can you say something funny? And you think, wow, I want to sit down and put some glasses on and go, right, funny? And I want to spend time on it, And so, he's a kid, he's under pressure, and he writes, Anne Frank sounds like a great girl. Right?
Which is hilarious enough. Right there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, great girl. Yo, for Anne. Yo,
Like a
Anne.
great girl.
Shh, keep it down. Are you Justin? Yo, Anne, it's Justin. Shush, keep it down. Right? So he writes, yeah, this Anne sounds like a great girl. Hopefully she would have been a believer. Can you?
It's just unbelievable. How stupid can you be?
Yeah.
What the hell?
And so I tweeted,
Yep.
yeah, I'm sure Anne Frank would have been a believer. He does music that is absolutely perfect for being played really, really quietly, so no one can hear it. Yeah. And then I started doing things like, yo, Joan of Arc, you were a great girl. Hopefully you were a Gervais. But you know what? He's a kid. And everything's under scrutiny these days.
Yep.
Can you imagine people finding the things you wrote on a school desk?
Exactly.
You know, when you were 19.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're hanging around school at 19, but yeah.
Simon Pegg tweeted something about him in that context and said, you know, wow, I guess all of us at 19 were just writing amazing things about people, and you can't even fill out a birthday card coherently at that age.
Yeah, no, it's you know, it's that double-edged sword of fame and infamy where you know, he gets the benefits, and he's got like 30 million believers thinking that he is a deity.
But in your head, you've got to think
of course,
somewhere that the reverence of Anne Frank and
well, I mean, I think you're allowed to satirize and tease people for doing stupid things, as long as you don't do with you know what he is. He said something silly, you know.
Right, yeah.
And I think people know deep down that he's not an evil person. It wasn't like we were saying having banned, you know, take him out. He's an anti-Semite.
Right,
he wasn't that. He was being nice. You know, he was actually being nice.
He was trying to be nice.
It came out a little bit crass.
It's a lot nicer than what Ahmadinejad signed in the fucking book. I mean, you know, it's one of those things where we punish each other for making mistakes, and it's really a weird thing because we all do it, and we're all kind of opening ourselves up, and as soon as somebody trips up, we pounce on them.
Well, even the slightest things, spelling, grammar errors on Twitter are pounced upon.
Well, I think it's that there is a society of Schadenfreude now where we want people to do badly. If they're doing well, we want people to do bad, which I've never understood, really. I've never understood jealousy of someone that it doesn't affect you in the slightest.
Right.
I don't know what that is, why they want, you know, to bring you down. And I think, you know, we tease each other all the time. But if we were in a bar and someone else came along and insulted Jim, you'd go, whoa.
Yeah, what are you saying?
He's our little gimp to insult. I mean, if anyone's going to insult him, we are. And I think that's the difference. That there's a real affront to when a journalist bothers to absolutely decimate your character for no reason. You want to go, why are you doing that? If not to, you're rallying the mob there. You don't know me. You don't. And I think that's what people make the mistake. People think they know you, and it's a difference between your character and reputation. Reputation is what strangers think of you, and it shouldn't matter. But it does. It gets to you. You know.
Yeah.
So I imagine being Justin Bieber is hell. Do you know what I mean?
It must be. Looking in from the outside, it's like, wow, you get the cars and the money, the girls, the this, like all that stuff. But he has that, so that's just there for him.
I mean,
now there's only the shit part.
Of course. I mean, that's it now, isn't it? What's he going to do next? Where's it going to end?
Yeah.
It's like you know, it's as big as anyone's ever been with no foundation, really. But I sort of feel sorry for him, really. I don't mean no foundation. He's got no talent. I mean it happened too quickly.
Yeah, one day all of a sudden there was just explosions at the malls of girls going to see him.
And I don't think you should ever be held accountable for things you did or that happened to you when you're 14, 15, 16.
Right.
It's so unfair in this world.
And to try to hang on to that,
it's bad enough being 50.
I
can't imagine what it's like to have that sort of attention when you're 19.
To try to hang on to that fame and recognition, adulation has to be unbelievable at that age, like knowing that you made it so early.
I think that's the mistake. I think they try and hang on to the fame, which is the least important and worst bit of it. You think you've got to hang on to why you were famous. If you're a songwriter, keep writing good songs.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And I think that's what people, they get desperate. They get addicted to the upshot. of what they used to do, which is the fame thing, and it goes wrong, so they start doing celebrity rehab, you know.
Oh, boy.
They do it. There was a thing, the Celebrity Spa, where people who used to be famous for 10 minutes are now having enemas to get another 10 minutes on stage. And I want to go, you don't have to do this. No one's sitting at home going, I wish that bloke was on my telly again with a tube up his arse. No, you don't don't have to do it. Just do what you enjoy doing. If that makes you famous, so be it. If it doesn't, so be it. Yeah.
Right.
And you got to, you know, not to quote the Office again, but you got to, what is it? If you want to enjoy the rainbows, you got to sit through the rain or whatever.
If you enjoy the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain.
Yeah, that's the way it is when you're performing. I mean, you're going to have your little down times. They'll just make you appreciate the better times, you know. And then so far, I feel that 23 years of downtime, something great is about to happen.
Any moment.
No, you've already turned your life around.
I figure once you bounce your head in mediocrity long enough, you know, sooner or later you're going to break through.
I'm slightly disappointed.
Why?
Well, because I used to come in here and I used to get this little huddled mass. you look like a little angry bee who'd been given some sort of, like, you know, illegal drug, and you were just, you know, and now you've turned your life around. And it's a, you know, no, I'm not disappointed.
No, I really am a phony though. I walk out, Ricky, baby. You know,
yeah. I was waiting for the day where I'd get a phone call and go, no, he's dead. I go, right. We don't know. There was stuff coming out of different orifices. He just went too far.
A belt around his neck and a pornographic magazine. Apparently he was alone. Believe me, that's how it's going to happen.
But what is that? What is
autoerotic asphyxiation?
But why do that?
That's crazy.
I mean, the first time you do it, and you're hanging there, don't you get a glimpse of yourself in the wardrobe mirror and go, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, what am I doing?
I'm never, what the, you know, and do they leave notes to their friends going, listen, I'm into nearly hanging myself. If you come round and find me with a tie around my neck, just take the tie off. And say someone strangled me.
Yeah, or pull my pants up.
At least, take my dead hand off my dick.
I don't really get that whole thing.
No,
that's crazy.
I've known a couple of girls that want to be choked.
That's what you told yourself.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm leaving. This is too scary to me. Yeah, this
not to completion. Not to fucking death. But like a hand on the throat or that, I don't understand it. Like, I'm not that guy. I can't fucking play act like that. It's like, what happened to the passion? Where's the nice little rose and the candlelit dinner? I don't need to fucking. But some serial killer.
Do you go for it or what?
Well, I got to lean a little.
All right.
Lean a little.
Lean a little bit.
It's scary because you don't want to hurt
when
somebody.
do they break that to you? Is that in the restaurant?
It would be nice.
Do you want dessert? No, I want to be strangled. I'll be sick. I can't have a cheesecake before you strangle me to near death.
It would be nice to have that and know that was going to be thrown in there. But no, it's usually in the middle of the act, and it's grab the hand and go, just squeeze.
What do you mean usually? Who are these girls?
There's been a couple of instances.
There's been a few.
Oh, God!
There was a girl that literally wanted me to hold one of my pistols to her head.
Jesus.
And
what do you mean your pistols? What, you've got a gun and you strangle girls? What is this?
Thank you, Ricky. Thank you. We want to thank you for this.
They've taken all the bad shit from Jim Norton and they've injected it in you. It's like one of those Turbo 80s body swap movies.
Right. No, there was a girl who wanted me to fucking put her in my brown Volkswagen and kill her in Florida. Really, Ted?
No.
But listen, it wasn't me. Jesus told me. Jesus said this. This
slut needs.
Well, the gun thing's fucked up.
That scares me.
And obviously, I am a responsible gun owner. I would not do it because you don't do that. It's crazy. No, I didn't. I swear.
Did you get a toy gun?
No, I just said that's nuts.
I prefer crazy. A girl. I've been choked a few times, like lightly, and I can't think it too difficult.
I love it. Oh God, he's like a character. Breakfast at Tiffany's. Chokey Go Lightly. Hello, my name's Chokey Go Lightly. What the?
No, that's too fucked up for me, man. It
started off so well. It was like a normal interview for the first time. I mean, last time we had chicks with dicks and sending pictures.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh, who was here?
We were doing the Buck Angel Bailey J thing with Ricky Gervais. I forgot about that.
Okay.
We put you in a tough spot that day.
You've never been in a situation where it was like a little like, wow, that's kind of weird sexually with a girl?
No, go on.
Yeah, with a girl.
No, go on.
No?
This is your show.
Oh, shit.
What, just me?
Yeah.
It's just me, right?
Yeah.
Anthony's coming unraveled. You've never had them say no, but you knew they meant yes. You've never put blackout curtains on your van window? No.
Just needs one person to agree.
Oh, have you ever injected a girl with a maggot and watched the fly hatch out through her eye?
Nothing makes you feel worse than when you're pulling that rolled up carpet out of the back of your van in some meadow somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Are you still doing stand-up?
Yeah, but I haven't done it for ages because the pressure to do a new show. I mean, in England, you can't really. Once I've committed it to DVD or you know or on TV, you've got to start again.
Yeah,
Right.
brand new. Yeah.
I have been doing some stuff in Europe though, where it hasn't been released on DVD. You know, and that's been great, and that's been sort of like the greatest hits. I felt like the Rolling Stones going out there.
Right.
Oh, cool.
They've seen it, but it's on YouTube, but you get a round of applause.
Right on.
It's like, wow, this is good.
Hey, he's doing
But no-
Satisfaction. Yeah.
but you know, in you know, same in America, England, and America. You know, if you're a high-profile comedian at all, you've got to do new stuff every time you go out on a tour.
Even if they don't hate you, they will. It's hard to make them laugh twice at the same joke.
It's different, isn't it? With you know, you can't con them. You've got to say it. If I did it again, I'd say it was the old show. And but you know, also part of the fun of it is doing a new show.
Yeah.
As much as long as that takes, you know, it takes a year to get a new show together.
Right.
But then you know, if you can play it around the world, it's not like it's a waste of time. You know, I think I undersold my first few shows. I did about 20 and I put them on DVD because I wanted to start a new thing.
Right.
But I milk it a bit more than that now, and
Sure.
also because my profile's up around the world now, I do want to sort of play it out more, and it's fun. It's a nice experiment, you know, playing it. Because the thing I've learnt is, with outside the language barrier, if they speak English, it's the same everywhere.
Yeah, there's little
Everywhere-
references you change, like a cultural reference
a
in
cultural
London,
reference,
something.
yeah. The winner of Big Brother in England wouldn't be, you know, travel here.
Right.
You can either change the joke to make it, you know, but. You know what? I'll tell you what makes the biggest difference around the world is the day of the week and the venue. So
Really?
the warmer, the cozier, and nearer the weekend it is.
Oh yeah.
That's what makes the difference. It doesn't matter whether you play New York, London, out of town, Stockholm, anywhere. If you've got that comedy crowd, they are the same. Those
People
jokes
love
go
their
down
weekends.
the same. If you put you know laid it out on a sort of you know a sonic graphic layout, it would be exactly the same shape.
Wow.
Every joke, every gasp, every bit of timing. It's the people are the same. People are the same wherever you go. Just remember that. And here's a quality street.
Do you work out? Because again, when you have a high profile, you know, like I've seen Chris Rock work out material, obviously Louis. And you know, people have a certain expectation,
Yeah.
so it's almost ego deflating to go in and go, look, I'm just gonna shit the bed if I have to.
Yeah, you've got to do
club.
that. You've got to do, but more than that, when your high profile is, you've got to put it out there. This is the first time you do it. This is a work in progress. It's
Right.
$5, right? But journalists still come along and say it was a bit ropey.
Right.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
you go,
And they know.
of course they know.
They know the process.
They know, you
That's
know.
frustrating.
It's really annoying. So, and where do you do it? You know, because when you're going to play an arena, there's no point warming up in a bar because it's pointless. It's a
Right.
really different vibe. So I book a theatre and I use other comedians to make the bill up, make it really cheap, and then gradually phase out other comedians till I'm doing an hour of
Oh, wow.
warm up,
Oh, no
and
kidding.
then I can go out.
That's smart.
But it's hard. It is hard because you want to.
No doubt,
you
yeah.
can't do anything in private anymore. You know.
Yeah.
Particularly around your house.
Yeah, well, lock the doors and yeah, put up the gates.
I had
And
one
let her
woman.
rip.
I had one woman slap me in the. She was on top of me. It wasn't angrily, but she was being very dominant, and she slapped me so hard that my fucking head rang, and I was like, "Oh, it's too hard," and then she just mocked me. For my fucking,
This is some sort of weird confessional.
yeah.
It's great. I love that. She was being dominant, and then she mocked me.
Oh, she did.
This is great.
Yeah,
Did you ask her to hit you?
Well, we just kind of knew it was the vibe. You know what I mean? She was telling me, "Do you love mommy?" Yeah, she was a fucking wild one.
Wow.
Yeah, she was a good
Jesus.
egg.
That's weird.
And I said I did. Look, whatever, you know. I was gonna.
My only regret before you cleaned up your act like you have is that you never went to prison. 'Cause that would have been a great book, wouldn't it? How you survived in prison.
We all know how I would have survived.
Definitely.
The same way I make my living, with my mouth.
Oh God!
But no, I'm the same guy you've always known. I haven't changed. Like I've been sober since I was a very young age, so I didn't clean up. I just got a little bit thinner, but I've been the same kind of.
Why did you lose the weight? I don't think we ever asked you. You're about 25 pounds
between
down.
25 and 30. Yeah, I just had a moment of clarity. Oh, Kevin asked me. I just had a moment of clarity where I just got sick of the self-hatred and being in the mirror. And it was just, I'm still working on it, but it was just that fucking, like, that visceral, like, you are shit. Like, that feeling of in the mirror, that hatred of your own body, the embarrassment.
Would you take your shirt off when you were with girls?
I hated doing it. Dude, I put on one time an acrylic, like like a nylon shirt that was form-fitting, and as I'm rolling it, it's bubbling over my tits. I'm like, this is why I don't own a shotgun. This would be all over right now. I was rolling it down my fucking body after a shower when the steam is clinging to you. And now it's like you buy shirts, it's like you don't have to obsessively look for an XL that your shoulders will hang over and it will hide the tit. It's like it's okay to buy a medium. That's like, I mean, you know, you lost a lot of weight, so you know
also,
it's
the health thing as well. It's good thinking that, you know, I'm going to live a bit longer now.
Right.
You know, eat more pizza and drink more beer. You know, that's it. I haven't given up. I haven't dieted at all. I just work out. I try and.
But you eat what you want to eat.
I eat what I want to eat, and I think of it as fuel now. I think, right, I've done that cheesecake. That's 20 minutes on the treadmill.
Right.
That beer's half a mile. That beer's another mile.
Okay.
So you know what I mean? I think, right, I'll work out for. Sometimes I have to work out for an hour just to know
the cheesecake.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but no, I don't.
That's an amazing way to look at it.
And also, I'm not thin. I'm just thin.
No, you lost a lot of weight though, but without changing your diet, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do that. I didn't want to give up. Wow. I didn't want to give up drink. You know, 6 o'clock. I've worked out. I'm in my pajamas and I'm having a bottle of wine, watching TV, and that's that's sort of sacred.
How often do you go to the gym? Like how often?
Every day, because I do the bottle of wine every day. yeah, and that's it, you know. But now I've tried to flip it. I used to think that I'm going to do this and then I'm going to punish myself the next day. Now I flip that, so I think I've worked out today, so I'm going to reward myself tonight.
Right. Yeah.
So I've just done it. I've changed the cycle a little bit.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
You just needed that one day of kind of catch up.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not punishing myself tomorrow. I'm rewarding myself for
Exactly.
all
There
today.
is something about just relaxing with a bottle of wine and
it's amazing. I'm addicted. I'm sort of addicted to the. You know, they say about heroin addicts. They found out that most street heroin is less than 4% heroin.
Yeah.
And what the addiction is the paraphernalia.
The ritual that goes with it.
Yeah, they found that the placebo effect worked nearly as well with some.
Yeah.
They just like and that's for me. It's opening the bottle of wine and thinking I've been to work and now I'm going to.
Relax.
It's the ritual of it.
Exactly, yeah.
Big
No, it's
glass.
great. It's brilliant. Yeah, it's amazing.
Great.
It's funny, I read a book recently, I don't want to mention any names, but about a guy who was a heroin addict and a brilliant actor, and he was on methadone, and they said, and Tom Sizemore said that they weaned him off methadone through his Tang, and it was like 70 days before they told him, you're off the methadone. They kept lowering his milligrams, but he was so addicted to that ritual.
Oh, right.
I'm sure if I said that to him, he'd go, that's totally wrong.
No, that's wrong. It didn't happen like that.
But it's, you know.
What actor? Does he name the actor in the book?
No, it was him.
It was him.
Oh, it was him.
It was him. I
thought
was just joking. Yeah, I was just joking, but
okay.
it was Tom, and it's amazing how this ritual, like for me, it's sex, and I used to, you know, when I used to cruise street prostitutes, but this
go on.
before the internet.
Yeah.
I had the ritual,
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was awful.
Jesus.
Yeah. So much easier. It was like fucking going to the mall. Like, now it's so much easier to go on eBay. But I would go to. They would always have to come
second hand. One mental owner.
They would have to come approach my car from the right side. The ritual of seeing them and pulling up and then approaching my passenger window. It was all a weird ritual that came with it that was much more important.
Why do I just accept this from you? If someone came and sat next to me on a bus and started saying, "Can I tell you about when I used to cruise prostitutes?" I'd get off. I'd leave.
Oh, of course you would.
But with you, I just go, yeah. Go on, Jim. Tell us.
Yeah, what happened?
It's fascinating.
Yeah, I guess because none of it hurts anybody, and it's all. It's not. I'm not ashamed of any of it. I mean, maybe moments of it, but it's not all. It's not terrible stuff, and it's stuff that a lot of people do. I don't know why. I'm guessing. This is why I wouldn't be embarrassed to hear it.
Yeah,
You got a good book out of it.
I
so.
think you could do your own life story.
Well, I've always been. I think if I'm going to attack other people or make fun of other people, I always try to tie in my own shit. Like when I was making fun of Mel Gibson or Tiger Woods, I tell the truth about myself because then it's like, yeah, I got the right to make fun of you, but this is me first. You know, I'm shitty too, and a lot of guys don't want to do that.
That's usually the worst crime with anyone who's pointing the finger is hypocrisy.
Yeah,
you know, that's what it's like. These evangelists that they're talking about family values, but nothing's further from the truth.
Or the people who legislate against gays, and it turns out like how satisfying is it to see one of them
that's
caught?
what I mean. I think outing, of course, is wrong, but you could see why they were getting frustrated.
Yeah,
going, well, you're stitching up our life, and we know you're gay. It must have been just nearly impossible not to blow the whistle on them, you know. Yeah,
and it's never really like, wow, he was caught in a house having a fine dinner with another gentleman, discussing things, and then going to bed and having a wonderful lovemaking session. Yeah. It's just the dirtiest bathroom with a hole in the fucking stall wall, shoving his shit through there. It's just always some degenerate sex that they get caught with.
This story went round when I was a kid, which I assume must have some truth in it because it made the local paper. There was a guy, a 17-year-old guy, who went to our school. We didn't know, we were much younger, about 14, 15, and he'd got done for lewd behaviour in a toilet. And there was this place they used to go down. The glory hole, which I always wonder what those holes were in toilet walls. Why are these holes appearing in toilet cubicles? So he waited there for ages apparently, and sooner or later, a dick came through the hole, and he sucked it off. And when they went out the cubicle, it was his dad.
Oh shit!
Come on.
Now that's the story. And
holy fuck!
Yeah, and whether it's apocryphal or not,
the Brady Bunch, the lost episode.
Yeah, it's funny. The Partridge Family would have been such a different show, wouldn't it? I just think of the kid going home after school going, "All right, Dad, yep, fine, yeah, not too bad, yeah, that's too much, isn't it? That's literally too much to imagine.
Yeah. That'd be really bad if you saw the dad bringing the old drill up to the bathroom at home after that. Well, I mean, it broke the ice.
But I tell you though, when you look at a hole like that in the wall, you got to respect somebody who's willing to put their dick through. There's no greater moment of faith. You put your dick through a hole and your face is against. You don't know who's on the other end.
Exactly. Someone from Seven just puts a hat pin through it, and then you're stuck there. A hat pin gives you a mobile phone and go, you call your wife. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh God! Or an angry boot, or it's either going to be wonderful or terrible.
You got to be crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. Well, I'm glad we touched on all this.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay,
it was lovely. It was just like my time on Charlie Rose. It's
wonderful, right?
He's a great interviewer, right, Charlie Rose?
He's brilliant.
He really. I saw him interview Bloomberg and. I forget what other mayor. Might have been Schwarzenegger together, but a couple of high-profile guys, and he's just so comfortable with anybody talking about anything.
I think he's because he's so trustworthy. He's one of those people that sensationalise. He does his, I do like those old journalists. I think people have given. I mean, journalism's given such a bad name in the last 20 years, and rightly so, because most people they're scum now. They're bloggers. They're graffiti artists. Most journalists, you see it every day where everything's tweet this if you agree with a comment, or after a blog, and they just want traffic. So they say the worst, most horrific, contentious things. And again, they don't care whether it's abuse or not. They keep their job because they've got all this traffic.
They just like numbers.
Internet traffic is everything now. Right. Because they look at it in terms of, it's just like column inches, but now it's monetarised. They look at it now, they go, well, this is worth... This article made the paper £10,000 with hits and eyes on.
So the content
adverts.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's
just
not.
No, it's sheer
just
amount
driving
of
traffic.
Eyes on the
So
page,
what's going to get people to look in? Some controversial stuff. That,
so it's the shock jocks now. The shock jocks that used to be only on radio and are in big reputable papers.
But they're never held. This is why I hate them so much, is because they're never held accountable the way they expect entertainers or other people to be held accountable as far as apologies and saying you're sorry. When they do more to what's the word, to damage people than comics do or than anybody else. But they're never expected to say they're sorry.
Because they have an absolute position of privilege, is that everyone believes everything they read.
Yep.
That's the terrible thing.
Yeah, which is weird.
However many times you can prove a paper lies, the next time you read it, you believe it, and you believe it. You know, I read stuff about myself, and it's about 50% inaccurate. It's never anything bad. They don't go around saying I strangle women or but it's all 50% inaccurate, okay? And so am I to assume that everything I read is probably
You have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I've read things about my friends and I've gone to them, why'd you do that? And they went, I didn't. And I go, oh, of course you didn't. I'm such an idiot. People believe everything they read.
I read it, yeah.
And papers know that. They know it.
There was a time of journalistic integrity where I guess you could, believe what you were reading, and the journalist, to his best knowledge, he was writing the truth. Now, though, it's like, a blogger, he's got no ethical fucking gauge that he's got to live by.
But it's much better in America. I mean, the interviews I do in America, they've held on to that, that semblance of integrity. And,
They're starting to lose it.
They do try and, whereas in England there are some papers that really don't care. They know they're lying. I found out, I did this thing where someone asked me about, oh, now you've got all this money, how do you avoid tax? I went, I don't avoid tax. I love paying tax. I came from a background where I was, some of my family were on welfare. I went to a state school. I wouldn't be where I was. I'd probably be dead. I love paying tax. I think everything I get is half mine. And I hate tax exiles. These people that just, they rape their country and then move away so they don't have to pay tax. I hate them. So the headline was, Ricky Gervais slams tax exiles, such as...
Oh,
no.
I didn't say that.
And then that got picked up
Right.
to straight Ricky Gervais slams so-and-so. And so I said, I didn't say that. And I called a lawyer and said, that's libelous, isn't it? He said, no, you can't sue over a headline if it's explained in the copy.
Who just did? Someone else just did that.
Fucking terrible.
Crazy.
Isn't that terrible?
Someone else just sued over a headline, though, because they said it was put there for everyone to see and get and they said people walking by it.
Of course. You know what? People assuming a headline. I mean, I'm scared of the percentage of people that see a headline and don't read the copy.
Don't read any of it, right?
It must be big,
Huge. Of
And
course
so, it's not a big deal because I don't like tax, but for that person thinking, why is he mentioning me? What have I done to him? And it's just not true. That's the point. I didn't mention them, and they know that, but. Again, it looks like confrontation. People want to see fights. That's that Schadenfreude. People watch reality shows. They don't want to see people sitting around getting on in Big Brother. They want to see a fight.
Yep.
They want to, that's what they want. We're aggressive.
Right.
We're
Action,
aggressive
the drama.
species.
Yeah.
We want drama.
Have you ever thought of I've thought of doing this too, videotaping your own interviews, like when you're doing...
Yes, I have, yeah. Oh, I fantasize about following journalists home. And now I think... But then I realise that no one cares, actually.
Yeah.
This journalist who's slagging you off, or a blogger, he's getting $50.
That's
you know what I mean?
true, yeah.
He's a troll.
Yeah.
And he's not happy.
But if they
So, and the
misquote
worst
you...
thing you can do is actually engage them, because then they've won. So it's just swatting flies. Just ignore them.
Yeah.
They're nothing.
But if they misquote you, because you have a big enough following and a powerful enough voice, if somebody misquotes you and out like something like that, which is really an egregious lie, and you're able to post the audio of it or the video,
of course,
and say this person is lying.
But here's the thing: so there might be a snipey headline of me, right? And he's in a shitty little paper, and I've got 4.5 million. I can retweet that and go, "This bloke's a liar." He will get so much shit.
Yeah.
But 4 million people have seen it that wouldn't.
Right.
So why am I giving him publicity?
That's true.
No, if I don't retweet it, no one's read that shitty little article. If I retweet it, they've all read it, and he's won because he got traffic.
He just wants more eyes on his shit.
You can do that with
They want
Twitter's-
you to engage.
Yeah.
They've won. If you don't engage, no one's heard
When
of them.
people tweet and they have like 1 or 2 followers, it's useless to retweet them and
Of
bash
course.
them on it.
Yeah.
So I just direct message them, that their mother does sexual favors of some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And that I will be blocking them, and then you block them.
Exactly, yeah. That's blocking is fantastic.
Yeah.
Because being a troll is literally the weakest superpower you could have. You troll someone, you say they block you, they're gone.
Yeah.
They're virtual. They don't exist anymore.
Right.
It's literally the shittiest power you can have. It's shouting out of your own bathroom window when no one's around.
Yeah.
They want attention. They're, just block them.
So how
love a
pathetic
good
am I,
block.
though, fantasizing through Ricky? Like, wouldn't it be great if you could have a Predator drone, film everything, and then follow the people home and prove that you were right?
No, everyone goes through that. Everyone goes through that thing because it's the injustice of it.
Yeah.
And deep down, decent people hate injustice, and that's what it is. It's injustice. The people want to. But again, it's their all these people that spend their life slagging off Madonna with vitriol. They want to be a friend.
Yeah, of course.
If Madonna called them up and said, "Listen,"
Oh
to
my
her,
God, they'd be pals with
picture
her,
that honestly, they want to be their friend, and they haven't got it. They've got no access. They've got no. There's a great bit. My new favourite show is House of Cards on Netflix. It's
Kevin Spacey's.
amazing. I'm on to episode 6, which I watched in like 2 nights before I came. It's amazing, and there's one great bit in it that's sort of analogous to this. There's this sort of homeless guy, and he's chained himself to the railings outside the Senate, and he's screaming and shouting, and Kevin Spacey comes out, and they go, "Don't go over there," and Kevin Spacey just goes up to him and goes, "No one can hear you. No one cares." And he just leaves the bloke chained there, and he just walks away. And that's exactly how you should treat these trolls and these bloggers and these people who want attention. They'll never get it. Don't give it to them. Suffocate them.
Yeah, it's hard.
Not literally, like
No.
like Anthony.
In a moment of passion, perhaps. If I can't get my pistol out and ram that in the back of her head.
I think we should stop there before we say something.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we learned a lot about Anthony today. That's for sure.
We have to.
Ricky, it's always a pleasure, Mike.
that's
I love
great.
having Ricky on.
Properly promote.
Yes.
The great Ricky Gervais. YouTube.com, of course, Ricky Gervais, and it's just Ricky Gervais on Twitter. But the Muppets movie, it is called Muppets Again. It comes out March 21st of 2014, and
I'll get you advanced copies of Derek as well, which is coming to
Yes.
Netflix.
Yes.
Please do.
I'd love you to see
great,
that.
man.
Yeah, I'll get them sent over to you. Yeah.
And we didn't talk about Derek. How many seasons are you on with Derek? You done 1 or 2?
Just one.
Okay.
Just one. First 6. I'm right in the second series now. It's just been picked up again, but it hasn't even come out here or the rest of the world, which is happening soon. So
Netflix is what you need.
Netflix is the future. Man.
Everyone has it.
It's the
Love
future.
it.
It's the future, and so is YouTube.
Yeah.
Netflix and YouTube.
Yeah, we're really breaking
And the
internet.
Muppets. The Muppets, the real future. Twitter. Brilliant. Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much, Ricky.
And in more good news before we close, I will be at Magooby's Joke House in Baltimore tomorrow and Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah. Lots of seats available.
Go and see him. I'll tweet it. Tweet me a link. I'll tweet it. I'll tell him
Ricky.
to go.
All right.
The great Ricky Gervais.
Cheers.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you, Alan.